If your portrait work deserves more than just a basic camera body, the right upgrade can completely change how your images look and feel. Better dynamic range means smoother skin tones, smarter autofocus means fewer missed expressions, and higher resolution gives you more freedom to crop, print large, and deliver premium results to clients. In this video, we're breaking down the best portrait cameras of 2026 so you can figure out which one actually fits your style and workflow. We'll look at real-world performance, autofocus reliability, image quality, handling, and overall value. Whether you shoot in a controlled studio, on location during golden hour, or fast-paced sessions with moving subjects, there's something here for you. If any of these cameras catch your eye, you'll find links in the description so you can check current pricing and availability. If you find this helpful, feel free to like the video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more honest gear breakdowns. Without further delay, let's get started with the list. Starting at number 5, Canon EOS R8. The Canon EOS R8 is for photographers who want full-frame portrait quality without spending a fortune. The colors straight out of this camera look natural and flattering, especially for skin tone, and the eye autofocus sticks to your subject like glue. In real shoots, that means fewer missed shots when your model turns their head or laughs unexpectedly. It's also super light, which makes long sessions way easier on your wrists. Now, the honest downside, there's no in-body stabilization, and the battery life isn't great. You'll definitely want a couple of spares in your bag. Personally, I think it's one of the smartest budget-friendly ways to get pro-level Canon portrait results. At number 4, Sony A7 IV. The Sony A7 IV is the go-to choice for portrait shooters who want a reliable all-around camera without diving into medium format territory. In everyday use, the eye autofocus just works, tracking people without you having to think about it. That means more keepers during quick sessions. The swivel screen is super handy when you're working with models at odd angles or trying to get creative shots without bending into a pretzel. One honest downside is that the body feels pretty plain and boxy compared to some of the other cameras on this list, like the more rugged Nikons or stylish Fujifilms. It's not a deal breaker, but it's noticeable when you're holding it for long hours. Verdict: a solid and dependable portrait camera that lets you focus on making images, not wrestling menus. At number 3, Nikon Z8. The Nikon Z8. The Nikon Z8 feels like a high-end workhorse that punches well above its price. If you're someone who shoots weddings, editorial portraits, or client work where you can't afford a missed moment, this camera really delivers. The autofocus locks on faces and eyes fast and stays there, even when your subject is moving around, and the skin tones look really pleasing straight out of the camera. In real use, it just feels confident in your hands, like it wants to help you get the shot. One honest drawback is the battery life. It doesn't last as long as some competitors, so you'll want extra batteries ready if you're out all day. Verdict: a balanced, pro-level portrait camera that gets out of your way and lets you shoot with confidence. At number 2, Sony Alpha 12U. The Sony Alpha 12U is the camera you reach for when you want a combo of insane speed and gorgeous portrait detail without thinking twice. If you do a mix of studio work and walk-around shoots, this camera handles both with ease. The viewfinder is so clear it almost feels like looking at the real scene, and the built-in stabilization is a game-changer when you're shooting handheld or trying to keep things steady without a tripod. In real life, that means more sharp images and fewer blurry fails. Now for the honest downside. The price tag here is really high. This isn't an impulse buy, and you'll feel it in your wallet more than some other options on this list. Verdict: a powerful portrait camera that feels effortless to use, as long as your budget can handle. At number 1, Nikon Z6 III. The Nikon Z6 III earns our top spot because it just feels right in everyday portrait work. Whether you're shooting in a studio, out in natural light, or grabbing candid moments on the street, this camera strikes a brilliant balance between speed, handling, and image quality. The viewfinder is bright and easy to see even in tricky light, and the vibration reduction keeps handheld shots steady without making you fight the gear. In real use, that means less time worrying about gear and more time connecting with your subject. Now the honest downside. The dynamic range isn't quite as wide as some older pro body, so in really contrasty scenes, you might have to make small fixes in post. Verdict: a beautifully balanced portrait camera that's great for pros and serious enthusiasts alike.